Welcome. Y'all remember when the grandmama on Antoine Fisher, when he walked in the house? Welcome to the Breakfast and Bud Morning Show, shawty. I am Tootie Patootie. I am, and I'm up in the hoe. You feel me? I'm up in the bit. And look, we got an interesting topic. We got a very interesting topic today. And listen, ladies, some of y'all, we gonna be talking about. Some of y'all is gonna be some of the women that we talking about. But look, don't leave. Stay here. Look, dog, the first step is admitting it. Dead ass. The first step is admitting it, and this is what we gonna do. Just be honest. Now, look, we ain't gonna judge you. This is a motherfucking safe place, I promise you. You feel me? Now, we might ask you some questions. They might not be what you used to hearing, but we gonna ask them. Because this is the topic. I want to know, and somebody gonna enlighten me in a bit. Why is it that y'all girls and women, you know what I'm saying, feel obligated to move a nigga into your house without really knowing them? Now look, some of y'all hit dogs is gonna fucking holler. No cap. You dig? And I know the truth and I know understand it. And listen, it's all right. That's why we here to help you along. You dig what I mean? Now, we have seen over and over and over again, you know what I mean, situations where kids are compromised by the choices a woman makes. It's fucked up. I know, it's hard. But see, we don't be selective sometimes. And we let the predators right through the door. So I want to ask y'all ass, and this is some real nigga shit. And don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Don't lie, you know what I'm saying, in any comments. Because I'm going to go to your page and I'm going to do thorough research. I'm going to look at some of y'all. Tell me the truth now. Because I can research very well. You feel me? But I want to know, why is that? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that sometimes you will meet a nigga, y'all have a couple meals, you feel me? He smell good. He keep his hair cut and shit. You like that he's groomed, but you don't really know what he made of. Meaning you don't know his family. You don't know his kids. You don't ask the correct questions when we're at dinner. Why we don't do that? It's some real nigga shit. And that's what we're going to talk about. You meet a nigga. You feel me? He say, hey, girl, man, you look good. Let me take you out and shit. He take you to one of the hottest spots and you order everything on the menu. Yeah, I want the clams and the lobster tails with the crab mac. You dig? You doing all of that shit. And over dinner and shit, you asking them and stuff like this. So, you know, how long you been coming here? Red flag question. Why the fuck you asking them that? You don't give a fuck about that. The next question is, how many kids you got? You know, I got 2 shorty, but you know, I ain't seen them in a minute because the baby mama be tripping and shit. Red flag, you ain't asked no follow-up. What you mean she be tripping? How long has it been since you seen your kids? You don't ask that shit. You don't. You just keep going. You did? Because right at that moment, you want to be better than the last bitch he was with. You don't care. It's a competition. That's what's happening. I promise you. It's like that, right? So red flag number 2 we on. You ain't asked no background, but this is what you do. You slide in there, you say, yeah, my last man, he did me bold. He hurt me. He cheated on me. He hit me sometimes. I held him down when he didn't have shit. I would go to work while he stayed with the PS5. You telling this man all of this shit about the last man. You telling this man all your traumas on the first date. Double red flag. See, this is the thing. We got to do the opposite. I said this before. You don't tell him what the fuck you done been through probably into year 2. Let that motherfucker earn your trauma. You giving it to him right away? Why would you do that? How dare you? You did? Nah, you went through that shit for a reason. He don't get that right away. Why y'all doing that? You feel me? You telling this nigga all your trauma. And all you really doing is giving this nigga a playbook on what to do to you and possibly your kids. Stop it. So I'm going to ask y'all ass. Now, some of y'all going to feel a little bit, I don't care. Shit. It's your man. You brought him in the house, all right? How long is it? When do you feel secure to invite a nigga to meet your children in your house? Because I'm just noticing we giving these niggas keys way too fast. I'm just being honest. I don't understand why we doing that. Listen, a person should not know what you went through until like year 5. See, the thing about it is, even when it comes down to friendship, we introducing them to our traumas too fast. Friends, boyfriends, all the motherfuckers gotta earn that. You don't tell somebody your hurts right away. It took you years to get over that hurt, and you just gonna invite a nigga into your trauma that quick? Nah, it don't work like that. Stop telling them niggas that shit. Because guess what? While you telling that nigga yours, you don't know nothing about him because you ain't asking the right questions. See, the first date will end very quickly if you ask the right questions. If you ain't seen your kids in a number of years, red flag. Red flag. Because you in here with your Cartier glasses on and shit like this, but you couldn't afford an attorney to fight for your child. Big red flag. I don't like you. Check. Let's stop doing it. So look, the phone lines is open right now. 678-235-4338. When in the hell do you let someone come to your house? And I mean friends and men. Because the bitches is just as trifling. Excuse my French, but we ain't trying to be, we ain't politically correct over here. We calling a spade a spade. When do you let somebody come into your home? Straight up. I want to know. Call me. 678-235-4338 is the number, bro. When are you doing it? I don't trust a nigga. I want to know when you doing it. When you doing it?
Day-Day.
Day-Day. Day-Day.
Hey, family.
When are you doing it?
What up?
I want to know this one.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah, like seriously, like when do you introduce somebody to your children or into your space?
My ex-husband didn't even meet my boys till we was like dating maybe like a year and a half before he even met my boys. Before he even met them. And I'm really lying because we worked together.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked with him for 4 years. I could have been here introduced him. We worked literally together for 4 years before he even met my children. And he didn't meet them at my house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He met, where did we go? I want to lie. I don't want to lie. I want to say we went to like Fridays or something. I drove, we met him there. But it was like damn near, like, truly dating. It was a year and a half, but we have been talking like for 3 years prior to that, and he still didn't meet him. And after he met him that year and a half, he still never, and this time the truth, never not once spent the night in my house. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Mm-hmm. We got our own place, our place together. And he moved out his house, and that's when we moved together as family. But that was like damn near 5 years into the relationship.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, and do you see?
I wouldn't bring in nobody because me and touch boys too. And nobody's going to be disrespecting and messing with my kids. I don't play that. I am a lioness. I do not play about my boys, and they grown. And I still knock your face off about my kids, and they're grown. No cap. I'll be my baby.
Yo, Kawana said, Kawana just said, oh, she's calmer today, and then here you go, socking off her face.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to sock your face off because you ain't about to play with me about my children. I don't understand how these mothers keep failing these children. The grandmothers failing the children. Everybody failing the kids. I don't get it. I don't get it. It ain't that serious. If you want to screw that bad, go on to the little hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, get you a little short stay, get your back blew out, and take your dumb behind home to your children, to your babies.
I agree.
Babies. Cater to your kids. With these women nowadays, so they need to cater to the man, and they need to do this for the man. What about catering to your kids?
Facts.
What about pouring that love into your children?
Facts.
Maybe you'll get a better fucking outcome. Maybe you won't be such a fucking idiot to throw your legs open to every Tom, Dick, and Harry and sucking every peen just because you want to feel love. Bitch, go sit your dumb ass in the corner and tell yourself that you love yourself. Maybe that might work.
Agreed. I love you, Daddy. Don't forget to call me today.
All right, I will.
All right, bye. Listen, I want to know, what is the earliest you ever let a man into your house, or you let a man or a woman meet your children? To be honest, this is a safe place. We ain't gonna say nothing bad. Not in front of you. You dig? We might do it later on. But what I'm saying, honestly speaking, have you ever been one of those type of females? And just tell the truth. To where you met somebody, you fell head over heels in love with them, and you moved them in and let them meet your kids like expeditiously. It's a lot of y'all lying. It's a lot of y'all over here ain't saying nothing. And I get it.
Call from.
What it do, family?
Hi, Too. How are you?
How are you? You sound pleasant this morning.
I am, because you got me cracking up.
I'm sorry. Hey, look. So when are you introducing, you know what I'm saying, your man to your kids or anybody, your friends into your house? When are you doing that? When do you feel comfortable to do that?
Well, in a relationship, when I got a ring, because I don't mess around. Like, fuck that. You're not coming around my kids. I am like a helicopter mom. I am a mama bear. If you know me and you fall in love with me, you're gonna love my kids because they're a part of me. So you don't need to meet them. You don't need to know anything about my kids, and also you're not coming into my space. One of the things as a 30-year-old single woman, you need to have your own shit.
Facts.
You're not coming into my house. Because I have dealt with leeches. I have dealt with men who just talk shit and what you want to hear, and it's true about the trauma. If you give them that shit right off the bat, they're going to use that, manipulate you, and then fucking stab you in the back. Okay?
Facts.
And I learned my lesson real quick, okay? My 2 kids came from my baby daddy who cheated on me with my best friend, okay? So I know what's up. I don't trust easily. So I'm okay waiting until my kids are 18 out the house to then put myself first. Because right now, it's about them. I'm protecting them, and I don't want anything to happen to them. Because if that were to happen, I would be on the news smiling in my mugshot because I killed that motherfucker.
Yeah, I can. Okay? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I can tell you'll be smiling in your mugshot because you one step away from seeming like you about to lose your shit. I don't want nobody to hurt your feelings no more because the way that you said it and you say okay. When you said that part, I said, "Oh yeah, she'll kill quick." Yeah, you scared the fuck out of me. Look, like I don't want nobody to hurt your feelings. Did they hurt it?
And I'm a Florida baby.
Shit, God damn, scared by a bag. Shit, I can tell. I know you ain't lying. Shit, you okay? I said, "Oh yeah, she'll lose."
Okay, but Too, I love you. I be here all the time. I'm a silent viewer. It's my first time calling. My name's Liz. The last time you don't hear from me, but I'm always in your chat. And I love you.
I love you back, Liz. I love you to death. Listen, for real. Don't come get me now. Yeah. I love you. All right now.
Nah, fuck that. If anything, call me, and I'll be that dog. I'll get that action.
Yo, sorry, Liz, don't play that shit. Liz, that shit. I will put you in the garbage, turn on the garbage disposal, and then call your mother. Okay? I said, oh shit.
Call from Lachey.
Hey, Lachey, what's happening, boo?
Good morning, sunshine. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, Pookie?
I am good. I'm working, but I work from home, but I'm always gonna chime in.
Hell yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie. I'm 40 now.
Okay.
So back in the day when I was young, in my 20s or whatever, and I had my kids, my baby daddy and I worked together, right? The father of my girls, my son got a different daddy, so I only had my son. But, I did bring him around. I done let this motherfucker move in within a month, not knowing who this motherfucker really is. And mind you, I told my story before that he was abusive or whatever. But that just taught me, you just don't bring any motherfucker around your kids. So after I had my girls, I don't do that shit, period. A person don't know where I live. If we dating, we gonna date, but you ain't got no business meeting my kids. And at this point in my life, I don't even bring my fuckers around. I got 3 girls. So I don't date. I don't do none of that because I don't want to. But if I was to, I promise you, a soul wouldn't know where I live. The way these weirdos are out here, a soul couldn't know where I live at now. If you want to date me, you better have your shit together. You better have all your own stuff going together because you can't come live with me.
So, Lachey, let me ask you a question. So, listen, back in the day when you let them come in quick, how long was it before the crazy started showing?
A month.
What was the first sign that you seen and you like, oh shit, I didn't goddamn let the devil in him. Like, what was the first ticker the first sign that you seen and you knew he was crazy as hell?
So I didn't initially know he was like crazy like that. You know, niggas put on a facade.
Yeah, they put on that mask. Yeah,
he helping me out. He doing everything or whatever at first. And mind you, I found out I was pregnant within like the first month after we like started talking. So it was like, okay, I was pregnant. I'm dealing with this dude. I really don't know him like that, but I ain't trying to have two different baby daddies and not be with one just dumb. Anyway, but I didn't really find out the crazy until I was like 5 months pregnant with my daughter. And we had gotten into an altercation, and he had actually slapped me while I was pregnant. That's when I found out about the crazy. So it wasn't until like 5 months after. So my thing is, like, you don't even know a motherfucker within the first couple months, within a year. You think you know a person that can put on this facade, but you don't even really know who a motherfucker really is. That's why, like, shoot, I agree. I ain't bringing a motherfucker around to 3, 4, 5 years to meet my kids. First of all, my kids gonna roast you anyway. So I'm scared of them more than the person that I'm dating, because my kids is gonna fry you.
No, I feel you.
Play that.
I feel you on that shit.
But yeah, I didn't realize the crazy until after 5 months, and then I was 21, so I was just dealing with shit that I had no business dealing with, because I wasn't loving myself first. And you gotta love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, you can't love a nigga, and you can't love. You gotta have more love for yourself so you could make sure that you're providing the right. What am I trying to say? Showing your kids
exactly.
That,
you want to give them the correct tools that they need to be able to get through. Like, right. I feel exactly
what you're saying. I got teenagers now. My older kids, like, I got a 21-year-old, I got a 19-year-old, and I got twins at 16. And I talk to my girls all the time because I'm mama bear. Like the previous caller, like, I don't play. Like, I take my kids to the bus stop. Even my oldest daughter, I still make sure she gets to her destination. I stalk them on Find My iPhone, because I do not play. And I had an incident with my child, like, and I think I told this story before too, where she almost got snatched up. So I don't play about my kids or who I bring around my kids. And I decided to be single. And the first year I decided to be single is because I wasn't loving myself. And I had to figure out, why the hell am I choosing these type of men that I'm choosing and allowing them to do the stuff that they do. Facts. So for a whole year, I didn't date. I didn't do nothing but focus on myself and my self-love and my peace of mind. And people fail to realize that if you don't have a peace of mind, you don't have nothing. And then you bring these niggas into your house, you don't really know who they are, what they could do. They could be looking at your girls, especially when you have teenagers and stuff, and they get to that certain age. So I refuse to bring a motherfucker around my kids. I don't even like people. I hear that. I don't give a damn.
I totally agree with you and shit. Thank you so much for calling in, Lachey.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, boo. Listen, the thing about it is, shawty, like, you gotta give it time for the mask to fall off. There's gonna be one thing we can say. Look, a motherfucker can put on a mask in the beginning. We all doing a sense. When we go on our first date and shit, we wearing our best behavior. See, niggas don't give people enough time for the mask to fall off. See, one thing about your ass, you cannot stay away from being who you truly are. It's just a fact. Little snippets of yourself will start coming out. We don't wait to see the mask fall off. See, sometimes you got a date, goddamn, because that mask are dropping. You be like, oh, hell no. Who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be interjecting. You got these motherfuckers coming into your house. You got these men coming to your house. You would be surprised how many men prey on women and they looking at you in the grocery store and they see that you got a young daughter and that's their motivation. It ain't your ass. And then this is what happens sometimes. I'm not saying every mother, but in a lot of cases, when that happens, the mother becomes envious of the daughter, because she's not understanding why he does not find her attractive like her daughter. Y'all got to understand, that is a sickness. Don't use that shit to be jealous or have envy of your daughter, because some women do that shit. It's crazy. Stop bringing these crazy motherfuckers in your house and you don't know them. You letting the nigga come all in the house. You washing his drawers. You fixing them breakfast and shit. You got them letting them take your kids to school. Is you fucking crazy? You don't even know him. Now you letting all of this happen, and I promise you, you don't even met his mama yet. You don't know you got 3 kids. You ain't even Googled this nigga. You gotta stop it. That's the topic we talking about right now. Call in. Look, a lot of women we talking about, y'all. It's okay. This is a safe place. When is you introducing your man or your girl to your kids? When are you letting your friend, even if she's your friend, when do you let niggas come into your house? How soon is you letting a nigga come over? That's what we talking about. The phone lines is open right now. 678-235-4338. Don't be scared. Talk.
Call from Annie.
What it do, family?
Hey, Sue.
What's up, boo?
Annie J.
What's up with you?
I'm good. About our topic.
Okay.
I love my mama.
Mm-hmm.
Knows I do. But growing up, she used to bring the worst of the worst men home.
Mm-hmm.
Men that she just met, she'll bring them around. They're drunks. They're alcoholics. One man beat on my mom for 10 years of my childhood. She brings home the worst men. And my older sister picked up after that trait, and she brought home the worst men as well. One of her boyfriends was rubbing on my leg while I was asleep. You know, Lord rest her soul, but she was really her mother's child. And learning from her mistakes, when it comes to my kids, nobody meets my kids.
Facts.
Absolutely nobody. I'm very careful. I'm very selective. I'm not having it. You can't meet my kids. The most you'll do is see them on FaceTime. That's about it, and that's rare. Because people are weird. And growing up seeing that type of shit made me cautious and overprotective.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying my mom didn't protect us, but she had one man who came to my house and threw money on me, random. I was pregnant. He walked in my room. He was drunk off his ass. She just met him that night at the club. He walked in there, threw money at me, like I was some type of stripper. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't have a conversation with this man at all. He just walked in my room and did some weird shit.
Yo,
that's the type of shit she always brought home.
Yeah, that's fucking, and see what people don't understand, that even if like in your situation, you know what I'm saying, like you were lucky not to experience any like thing that went further, but what people don't understand though, even though the mother might be protecting you, it's also a learned behavior trait that we start to to adapt. Like your sister, it was learned behavior. So some of the things that she's seen or some of the relationships she probably been in, she probably felt like it was a normalcy because it's what she's seen with her mom. Where some people know that was abnormal from the beginning. Everybody don't get it right away though, but that shit crazy as hell. That's why you cannot bring folks home, shawty. You don't know what the fuck these folks is on.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
You would think the way my mom used to get mad at my big sister for doing it, I used to look at her so weird because it's like you do the same shit.
Facts.
Till this day, she still brings home men she barely knows.
Thank you, Carlin.
So
yeah,
I'm not worried.
That's crazy as hell. But thank you so much for calling in, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Pooh, have a good day. Hey, what we talking right now is when are you introducing, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, your kids to your significant other? When are you letting your friends come into your house? I want to know, when do you meet somebody, friend or boyfriend, when do you let them come into your space? Just tell the truth. Be honest.
Call from
What it do, family?
What up, Sue?
What up?
It's Nikki.
What's up, Nikki?
How you doing, boo?
I'm doing good, Pookie. Hey.
And get ready to wish a real one happy birthday, because my shit is Saturday.
You told me, hey, we gonna party. When you come on, I'm telling we gonna take some shots. Hell yeah, you ready?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know that's damn Skippy, man.
But I'm glad this is a topic this morning because it's really deep and it's really crazy. I grew up where my mom consistently had different men in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I never quite got it, and me and my mom used to share a room in my grandmother's house.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, she went her time with her boyfriend, but you know, if I had to come in, I had to come in. And I remember one time, I happened to come in and they were in there doing a nasty.
And I don't know, something happened outside. I had a fight. I don't know what. I don't remember what happened. But she ended up, like you get out the room, and I needed something out the room before I left back out, and I guess I didn't move fast enough for my mom. So my mom was like, "F her, let's keep going." And the crazy part, it was the boyfriend at the time. It was like, "There's no way I'm gonna do this in front of you." I think I was like 12 or 11 years old.
So your mama wanted to keep fucking?
Yeah, she didn't care. I was in the room. She didn't care. She told him not to even get from on top of her. That's how crazy that was. Okay, so fast forward. Now I'm a mom of 8 and very proud of it. And Saturday I will be 45 years old. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, fucking right.
I never, well, me and my husband, we've been married for over 22 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've been separated for at least 7 years now. But I don't know, for the life of me, he don't want to sign the divorce papers, but that's a whole nother drama. Okay. Once we separated, my thing was I never wanted men around my kids. I never had men around my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I had my first 3 with my first boyfriend. I met my husband. We got together. And he didn't meet my other children until after me and the first daughter we had together was almost 2 years old.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay. So we get married. Things happen,
Mm-hmm.
So now moving forward, I'm re-entering the dating scene. Okay. My thing was, I don't like to bring men around my children, right?
Mm-hmm.
One guy I was talking to, he always wanted to come to my house. And it used to baffle me. Because I used to say, what's the infatuation with my goddamn place?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, too?
Mm-hmm.
I work hard for my stuff. Ain't no man make me. Ain't no man build me. Everything I got, I worked on my own, and I bought on my own, and I built on my own.
Facts.
So my thing is, I'll be damned if any man think he gonna come in and capitalize off my shit, period.
Facts.
Got me fucked up. Okay. So, moving on, you gotta kiss a few frogs before you find somebody. I found one, right? Now, at first, I was always over there at his house. Because my kids was getting on my nerves. I was like, them kids is getting on my goddamn nerves. I need a break.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always over there. But eventually, my 2 little ones didn't want to get up and go to school in the morning and giving the older ones harder times, which they wouldn't have did if I was here.
Facts.
And, I'm bringing that up because that goes into another thing y'all be saying about parents who yell and scream at their kids in the morning and stuff. Sometimes kids react different when you got to get in their ass. So if you come in here, I say get up, and I woke you up 5 times already. If I say get your motherfucking ass out that bed, you tend to move a little bit faster.
No, I get that part. Yeah, facts.
Okay,
I mean,
so he comes around, and he's not coming around. I'm always over there, like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
This is like 6 or 7 months. So he's like, this is every morning. Like, you got to go over to the house and da-da-da-da-da. We could go over to the house. And I'm like, I don't know about the weed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe me, I don't know about the weed.
So you think that he had an infatuation with your kid? Like you feel like he wanted to get in your space?
Not an infatuation with my kids. Nothing like that. Because you would have heard about me on the news. Because I'm just that nut job. And from talking to me, I'm not right too tight.
Facts.
So don't play with my motherfucking babies like that.
Facts.
I got 5 sons and 3 daughters. My oldest son this year will be 30 years old.
Oh yeah, so you got your little pack.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I told you I wanted to fire him last year? He was 12 when I was cursing his ass out. Yeah, he's 13 now. But the thing was, he didn't like my son because my son didn't like him. Okay, so my point is, I don't know, according to what y'all go through, what do y'all think is a safe time to introduce people into your life or your kids? Because all these stories that's going around and all these things that's happening, it's like, it's really scary, it's really touchy, and it's like, what the hell? Like, but when I think about it, like when you was talking about everything with ACS and stuff and all of them type of things like that,
Because I was a young mom, a lot of people assume that because I was a young mom, it was too much for me to handle. But if I never verbalized and said it was too much for me to handle, at times was it overwhelming? Yes, at times it was overwhelming. But, you know, God gives his strongest battles to his strongest people. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
I was doing good with it. Now, I've had ACS workers and all kinds of things come in my house and tell me, oh, no, this is too much because if I was you, I would. If I was you, I would. What the hell that got to do with anything? You're not me. That's why you can't. That's why you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying, too?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, ACS is really messed up because I've seen ACS come into, like, my said mother, who her and her kids live with me for 15 years. And they'll come around and let's say she get an ACS case or something, and it's nothing. Oh, no, Mom, everything is perfect. How is everything perfect? She don't even have a roof over her head. She don't even have no food to feed them.
I mean, one thing I'm
The
learning.
ACS
One
doesn't
thing
put a
I'm
pat
learning.
on the back.
One thing I'm learning is CPS got a real. They got a lot of stuff they got to revamp with their programs.
No, the problem is sometimes you're judged based on your age, not based on what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Because if you can handle all of this stuff, then you're handling it. You get what I'm saying? But we're going to leave that ACS case for another time.
Hell yeah. But no, thank you.
My point,
Yeah, go ahead.
my point for calling in is I don't know when it's safe to bring anyone around your kids, but everything that's going on today, it makes it, you don't even want to bring nobody around your kids. And then when I go based off of how I grew up, it's like, no, I don't want y'all around my kids at all.
I dig that. Well, thank you for calling in, Nikki from Brooklyn.
Thanks, Tootie.
Bye. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's gonna be a time frame on when you bring somebody around your goddamn kids. I think it's about basically how you feel about certain things that is shown to you. You feel me? I just don't understand what the goddamn rush is. If you meet somebody and you feel like they great, that still don't mean that they need to be on your couch. Facts. Because see, some of these folks know how to disguise themselves, and it's just things that you gotta feel in your heart. Otherwise, don't fall for the okie doke. What it do, family? Mute me in the background. W subs. Who just did that?
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Ruben. Goddamn, Ruben. With the 50 gifted. I'm sorry. What's going on?
Listen. So I've been following you for a little bit now, since the Nasiah case. So I'm a newbie.
Okay.
But, my name is Chris. I'm from Brooklyn.
Chris
and
from Brooklyn.
Say, yeah. You brought awareness to a lot of shit that needed to be, put out there.
Thank you.
I want to also commend the ladies that are cognizant of the situations they're bringing around the kids, that are doing the best that they can. But for the ones that are just not woke and not paying attention and coming across rather thirsty, like, man, what happened to the days when back in the days, my mother would say, get out of grown folks' face.
Facts.
Get out, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go, and as a kid, we tend to be curious, want to jump on somebody's lap and all
Facts.
that stuff. I'm 56, by the way. But back in the days, mother, even though I come from one of those fucked up households where everybody was on drugs and I had to pretty much bring myself up.
Same.
The point I'm trying to make, I still had those type of folks, the guardianship that would say, stay out of grown folks' face. But nowadays, I don't know what it is, whether it's the media, whether, what it is that's suddenly what's becoming, what you're putting out there and what's being shown is these motherfuckers is finding the opportunity to take, I don't mean to curse, I don't know if I can curse.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Just free. Now we here.
Taking advantage of these kids. Like, come on, bro, what are you doing? Why aren't you thinking about your niece, your nephew, a family member of yours? You see this young lady, yes, she want a man or whatever. She looking for that, that motherfucker to be about that business, and your focus is somewhere else.
Facts.
It's like, come on, guys. I'm so nervous right now. I can't even get my point across.
No, don't be nervous. Listen, this is a safe space.
But I'm a Virgo like you and an empath.
No, right? So go ahead.
I feel. So you had me crying a couple of times, bringing awareness to the shit that's been happening, in Detroit, other surrounding areas.
Facts.
And whatnot. It's just like, dude, y'all need to stop. Come on, why you taking these kids you snatching them and eviscerating them. It's like they never even existed.
Never
Like,
been here, and I think that's
it's like,
I think that's
come
a sad
on,
part of it.
come
It's like
on.
these babies hadn't even got a chance to leave a
They
footprint.
don't got no chance, nobody to talk for them. No, I'm telling you, I'm at a loss of words right now, so I'm not gonna kill your radio station with my babbling. I just want to say I respect the work that you're doing, the awareness.
Thank you.
You're about that, and I love your Sunday tapping, Sunday going in, boy.
Thank you.
And.
No, I appreciate it so much, and I mean, honestly speaking, though, we all we got. See, that's what the thing about it is, man. We really do got to like rebuild community, and community is us. We don't gotta be gene or blood related for it. Like it takes all of us to be able to get this shit right. You dig what I mean? So yeah, thank you so much for calling. And next time you call, don't be nervous, girl. Bye. Hey, listen, we talking about this right now. We have an interesting topic. When are you bringing people to your house? Now, listen, here's the thing, man. I'm talking about significant others and friends. Next, I want you to hit me up. Because some of y'all right now got a home girl. You know what I mean? That you've been calling your bestie. And she ain't really your bestie. But you done let her come all over to your house, interacting with your kids. And guess what? The moment you and her get into some shit, your business gonna be all over social media. And I want to understand, so when do you even bring friends to your house? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I treat friends and shit like a job, a new job. You know what I mean? It got to be at least past 90 days before benefits kick in. I can't trust you right now. You dig? And I don't want you at my house. Friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, I feel like I got to hold y'all to the same accord because it's energy. I don't want you fucking with my energy. I got great energy and I don't want nobody zapping it from me. So even if you're a home girl who I like to go to Thirsty Thursdays with, that don't still mean you come into my house. Now we can meet up there and we can do that. You're not watching my kids. Because here's the thing, y'all. We used to have to like watch our daughters. Now we got to watch our sons. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same accord. Ain't nobody safe. Women is predators just like men. You dig? And we sometimes open up these doors for these friends to come all over to your house, sleep all on your couch. Fuck that. We got to start searching them. Hey, Google them too. You dig? Nobody gets a pass. And it's okay. You feel what I mean? It's all right to be like that. That's the way that I'm being. Shawty, I'm telling you, man. My homegirl Red, you know what I'm saying? When we first met, she was like, I can't call you my friend. She was dead ass serious about it, and I understood it. Because I'm like, I just met you. We ain't friends. We getting annoyed. This is an incubation period. We don't know how it's going to go. We don't know how this is going to go. But 3 years later, I could not call her my friend, my sis. Because we had to go through the things that we had to go through. I got to see if you. You got to see if I'm me. We don't know each other. Shit, when we drunk, we could be exactly who you want me to be. So we got to start being selective. So when you letting a friend come over, I want to know. Tell me. Family. You got one of them friends? You got one of them homegirls that you like thought was your homegirl? You done let her come all over to your house and shit. You thought she was your friend. You know what I mean? And then when some shit hit the fan, your business was everywhere?
Hell yeah, so, okay. So.
Yeah, tell me. I knew it. I felt it.
Man, so we was friends for years. They came up in my house. But this is the thing. This is what I want to touch on. It ain't about how long that you know somebody. It's about your discernment and your observation. And you got to realize, as a parent, as an individual, when stuff could go left. You feel me?
Hold on. Say it again. You said it's about your discernment and your discriminations?
No, your observation.
Oh, observations. I was like, girl, you in here rapping. Okay, go keep going.
Because you could know people for a year, or you could know people for umpteen years.
Facts.
They could be your boyfriend.
Facts.
They could be an uncle.
Mm-hmm.
They could be someone that you just met off the street.
Years don't mean shit.
So
facts.
It don't mean nothing. Years don't mean anything. So at the end of the day, when you observe and have proper discernment and alignment, you will know when something is going wrong.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I don't think it has anything to do with the years and all of that. You just got to be a mama bear at the end of the day and know when to withdraw these people out of you and your kids' life. Period.
Hey, you spitting.
Period.
You spitting.
You don't have to have all these, like, I don't have friends that I just met, but they done showed me something and I be like, nah, I'm good. Or I hear stories about uncles or family members touching and doing all this type of stuff.
Yeah,
I
fuck
even
that.
heard dads, blood fathers, touching on some of my friends' kids or touching on their daughters. I done heard the worst of the worst. So when it comes down to me, I was married, but my man, he did everything right. And we was together for 5 years. And once we separated, he showed me his ass. Discernment showed me that he was pretending after 5 years. After 5 years. So with that being said, you would never know. It has nothing to do with time. He was an amazing man those first 5 years. After we had some issues, he told my kids to basically kiss his ass too. So it don't matter about no time.
Facts.
He was phenomenal.
Facts.
He was great. I gave him his props all the time. But then when it turned around, he showed me how he could be the hell of the hell, the devil of the devil. You got to have proper discernment, and you got to know when and what time to withdraw. Just like with this Kimani girl. That man, he wasn't even her daddy, first of all.
Yeah, that's what we found out. Wasn't even her daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't even her daddy.
Period.
But some men will come in there and be like, I know she lacking something. They come in there, they pray. Then, like the grandma said, I'm giving her benefit of doubt. He probably was coming in there, and the grandma needed help, and whatever the case may be, and he come in there helping. And once he did that, he set it up. But you know that baby ain't go out without a fight, and you know that. So it's all about proper discernment and understanding that you got to know when to let go. Like, don't have everybody around your kids.
Well
You
said.
can't. It's not
No.
safe.
No.
It's not safe to them. It's not. So
No.
I just think people need to stop looking at the time frame and judging people on time when it's
In
all
quality.
about discernment.
It's all about the quality.
You
You
got-
definitely got to see it.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got to look at that person's character, their morals, their integrity, how they treat other people. Do they tip the waiter? Do they have nasty attitudes towards other people?
Facts.
Nobody's looking at the character. They just looking at how this person is treating them, but they not observing everything around them. Because if
Period.
you look at everything around this person, then you can obviously see how they go eventually treat you.
Yep.
That's like sitting there gossiping with somebody and thinking they ain't finna gossip with somebody else about you.
Yep.
You gotta know. You gotta know.
Facts.
So that's where they fail at. And I don't And I don't feel sorry for these mamas and all this stuff that they be sitting there talking all this shit. Oh, my baby. No, baby, what was your discernment about your baby?
Facts. Facts.
So,
Hell
that's how I
yeah.
feel too.
Thank you so
But
much. Hey, you,
all
hey,
the-
you. That's well said. I mean, you can't even say it no better than that. You nailed it. Like dead ass serious. Thank you.
I'm at work and I wanted to call because I say no, hell no, it ain't no time.
Hell
You
yeah.
gotta know that these people. I got friends for years and I got friends for months, and some of my friends for months is better than the ones in a year.
Facts.
It ain't about time.
Facts.
Fuck some people.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Hey, thank you,
All
Pooh.
right,
Now get back to
too.
work for shit before they be talking some shit. Hey, look, what she said is on the money too. And that's the reason. And that's why it's crazy to me. Before you had time to see this person's character while they're in your house. Bro, energy is everything. And it's very disruptive. You ever goddamn like woke up? It's beautiful outside, you feeling good, and your girlfriend or somebody hit your ass up with some stank shit, and it's infectious. Your whole day stank. It seems like that's when you hit your toe on the side of the bed, you bump your head. It's like everything goes wrong, bro. Look, we don't have to rush nothing. And I feel like nowadays, everybody's in a hurry, a big ass hurry. Everybody wants to be able to match what they see. You know what I mean? You just got a man and all of a sudden all you want to do is take Instagram pictures. No, sis. Understand what the fuck is going on with this man first. You feel what I mean? It's okay. Like, dead ass serious. I don't understand what the problem is. Now, here's my problem that I have with Kimani's grandmother. I don't know how, this is the thing. The more they talk, the more information come out. And from what they were saying is that Kimani hadn't been with her mother since she was like 9 months old. All right. It was the godmother and it was the grandmother who pretty much ping pong back and forth raising Kimani. But see, my problem is when did this father enter the picture? How did this man who was not biologically related to this little girl became so trustworthy? You feel me? See, that's the issue that I'm having. Now, when Kimani was with the godmother, all right, it was no issues. None. All right. When when Kimani got with the grandmother is when issues arise. Now listen, we all know that the father was an asshole. But here's the thing. When Kimani was scared to go home, she was scared to go home to grandma. Not daddy. He ain't live there. She told CPS she didn't feel safe at home. So, you know, I have to look at that type of shit. and say, I don't know if how I feel about grandma yet. You dig me? Because see, there's just certain things that you should not allow. And I said that yesterday when we talked about this shit. When you are a parent, it's just certain sacrifices you got to make. And I ain't even a parent, and I know that. I know that if I have a 13-year-old girl who is like she is starting to bud on the edge of like, you know what I'm saying, becoming a teenager, I know what comes along with it. Hips start spreading. Titties start getting bigger. The last thing that I'm going to do is work an overnight shift and leave my 13-year-old granddaughter vulnerable. I'm not doing that. You feel what I'm saying? So I look at grandmother and there's just still certain questions that I got to ask myself. Like, what was you really? The mom around here doing interviews and I don't know why. You feel me? There's absolutely no reason why you should be doing interviews. You weren't even there. The only thing you could do is just wear a t-shirt to say long live Kimani. You knew nothing about your daughter. Shut up. Okay? It's time for these women to start being held responsible. So on some real shit, I don't like them. And then I got to ask grandma, how long before you got Kimani back till you let this man who is supposed to be her daddy in her house? What did you observe to feel like he was trustworthy to let your 13-year-old little granddaughter go off with him? I don't give a fuck what daddy he said he was. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is ridiculous as hell to me. I don't understand it. So yes, you're just as responsible. Why you all on the news with your chest all swole like somebody did something to you? Nah, the fuck wrong with y'all folks? Hey, we are talking, when do you let somebody come into your house? Men or friends? We want to know. When are you letting their ass come? When are they worthy? When are they deemed worthy to enter your space? Because we got to break down somewhere. You feel me? These babies is getting hurt by family before strangers. So I want to know, when y'all inviting folks over to your house? Because he got good pipe, you let them come? Now, there's going to be a lot of women that's in here that's going to get triggered. Now, I don't care. Some of y'all are letting niggas move in because he gave you the fuck of your life. How? Let me know.
Call from Black.
What it do, family?
What it do, too?
What's up?
I'm a little sick, so my voice kind of probably sound a little funny, but...
Yeah, you sound like Lil Daryl, but it's okay. We won't work with you.
I'm 21, so I'm real young, and I got a lot to learn.
Okay.
But my mom was... My dad passed when I was 3, and my mom, I got taken away from my mom when I was going to the 4th grade.
Okay.
So that, caused a lot of trust issues with, friends, relationships, yada, yada, yada. The question is, when do you let a friend or a significant other come into your house?
Yes.
For me, I say after 6 months or maybe even a year. Like, I don't know. I don't trust nobody.
So let me ask you, I know you say you don't have no trust issues. I mean, I know you said that you have trust issues. Instead of putting a time on it, let's throw the time out. When do you feel like, what do somebody have to show you over time to make you say, okay, this person may be trustworthy? Like, what do they show you? What do they have to show you?
They got to show me that I can trust them as far as anything.
Like loyalty. So basically, you know what I'm saying? You meet somebody, you go through something. Because see, like, have you ever been into a situation? The reason why I'm asking these questions is because sometimes we get red flags and we don't know it, right? So have you ever been on the phone with your homegirl? You call your homegirl because you having a messed up day. You feeling down. And you call your homegirl and you're trying to express to her how you feeling. And she basically kind of switched the conversation to make it about her. Have you ever been on that?
Yes.
You saying it frustrates you, right?
It's a big red flag.
See, facts. That's why I was asking, because like sometimes we do be seeing the red flags and we don't really just like act on them the way that we act. But the trust issues, there's nothing wrong with you having them. Have them. It's good to have boundaries and stuff like that. We just can't let it consume us. You feel what I'm saying? You saying you 21, for you to even start even having these conversations like this, you already 15 steps ahead of the game of me. Dead ass. You feel what I'm saying?
I can read people.
Yeah.
I can read people. Energy is everything. Don't leave your hair around me. Nothing. Energy is everything. And based off the first conversation with somebody, I could tell, like, okay, this ain't gonna work. Like, you gotta go.
Do you have a relationship with your mom now?
it's we don't really talk every day, but I can pick up the phone and I can call her and we can talk as if she was just like everything was normal. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the type of relationship. But we've never talked about, this situation because she, she's on drugs too.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've never talked about her leaving. And I have 4 other siblings, so we've never. I talk about it with my siblings, but we don't talk about it with her because I'm a considerate person. I don't be wanting to hurt her feelings. Like I be feeling like it's gonna hurt her feelings if I explain to her how I feel about it.
You know what? And it's so crazy because I talked about this one time on Sister Sunday. It's amazing, like what we do as children. See, here's the thing. You were born, right? Your mama was going through a lifestyle like my mama. She was on drugs, okay? Mm-hmm. So what happened was she already forfeited her responsibility by you having to be in the system. In my case, I had to go with my grandmother. Okay, but here's the thing. The considerate factor is something that we normalize and we shouldn't. All right? Fuck consideration. It's not saying you don't have any respect for your mama, but you have no reason in the world to feel like you have to bite your tongue of your feelings. Because here's the thing. When your mama left, right, you was forced to take not only her traumas, but yours as well. You don't have to be considerate, boo. It's all right. However you feel, she should know that. Let me tell you my worst mistake. And I'm telling you this from sister to sister. My mother is dead and gone now. And my biggest regret is that I didn't tell her certain things. Now she's gone and I'm left with this burden to carry. Before your mom leave, you have a sit down and you let her know how you truly feel. Because there's no reason in the world why you have to bear the trauma by yourself. Let her feel how you feel too. All right, I'm telling you, it's going to eat your ass up later if you don't. It's no such thing of consideration. You was considerate when you forgave her for leaving you. That's consideration. Now we got to get down to the meat and the potatoes of the situation. Mom, I feel fucked up that you left me. Let her know. It's okay. It's no problem. Don't bear that. All right? You 21, trust me. Don't bear that shit. It's going to kill you. Tell her the truth. All 4 of y'all. Straight up. That's some real shit, all right? I love you. Have that talk. I'm telling you, have it soon. I'm trying to tell you. All right? Have a good day. Hey, look. Yeah, we can't do that shit, y'all. We normalize that shit. We seen it with all of these cases. Nah. We not responsible for our mothers. See, that became a normalcy with us. That's weird. You know what I mean? It's normal for us to be accepting of our parents' trauma, and we gotta deal and forgive them because they was going through a trauma. Fuck that. I'm carrying your trauma in mind. You gonna hear me, and that's just that, Jack. Shit. Fuck you talking about.
Call from.
What up, family?
Hey, what up?
What's up?
What's up? This Chandra from Brooklyn, New York.
Yo, Brooklyn in here is representing, son. Woo!
That's right. That's right.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm tuned into your show, and I enjoy watching your show, and you talk about some good topics.
Thank you so much. So when did you let a nigga in your crib? What's the soonest you ever did it?
Say that again?
When is the quickest you ever let somebody come to your house? Like as far as your man, like when was the quickest you introduced them to your kids or let them come in your space?
Well, my situation is like different.
Okay, tell me.
In a good way.
Okay.
Because I have 2 kids and they got the same dad and
Okay.
I'm married to him, so thank God, But before him, of course, I only had kids with my husband, but when I was talking to dudes, like I wouldn't really like let them come to my house so soon. I would just like we would meet out, we would meet outside or we would meet at a lounge or something like that, or meet with my homegirls. But yeah, you can't be trusting people. These girls got to be careful.
So you skipped over. So be honest though, real talk. You let your husband come quick, didn't you? Tell the truth.
I knew him I knew him since I was like 16, 17.
You knew him for a long time, but that's why you married that nigga. Because so, how many days did y'all go on before he came to the house? Tell the truth, cause he your husband now. You can be honest.
I would say like maybe like 6, 7 months.
6, 7 months. That was good.
But
So
I was mostly going to his house because my grandmother, she raised me and she wasn't having that.
Oh yeah, facts. You know, Granny ain't having that shit. Can't nobody spend the night. Nobody.
Yeah.
No,
then I'm sorry, my grandmother raised me because my mother was drug addicted too. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Damn, it's so crazy how so many of us got the same story when it come down to that.
For real.
Like 7 of it, like it's 7 people that pretty much called on, and all of us was like didn't have our mamas because of drugs. So you think about how many families have been disrupted, and it's only been 7 people that called so far, and that's not even talking about the people that's in the comments. That's what I'm saying, moms. We got to do a lot better. What the fuck y'all got going on? I can count right here 7 families that drugs fucked up. You know what I mean? And it's just that's sad when you think about it, because the numbers is probably at an all-time high. So that's how many children has been affected, and it's fucked up. You dig? We got to do better at the crib. So let me ask you something.
Thank God for grandmothers too.
Hell yeah, some grandmothers. Let's put an emphasis on some grandmothers.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Boy. Yeah,
because some of them is the devil. No cap.
Yeah.
Now how old is your kids?
My oldest daughter is 13, and my youngest daughter is 8. She about to be 9 next month.
Nah, that's lit though. I'm happy that you and hubby started off as friends first, and y'all still together though. So shout out to you, Pookie. Thank you so much for calling in, Sandra from Brooklyn.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. Hey man, we just sitting here, man, and we just talking about when do you let somebody come into your space? When do you introduce them into your house? You know what I mean? Like seriously, because that's a lot of shit you be doing. And I be noticing or whatever that sometimes we kind of take the shortcut. We let niggas in too quick. Why we do that? You feel me? Why we do that? Yo, what it do?
Hey, Toot.
What's up?
So, I didn't call in for the other one that you were talking about because I can't relate to that. I
okay.
Someone in my house, but I give a call on close people.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's not all about the outsiders; it's about the insiders.
Facts.
So, it's all start with family.
Mm-hmm.
It don't start off from the outside. It started from your family members because.
Ooh.
A lot of people have been touched by a family member, and then you bring in an outsider in to do the exact same thing that happened to you or another person in your family.
Hey, that's a great point.
It's not even the fact that how long, because those motherfuckers been in your life all your life.
Facts.
And you just met this person. You don't know what this new person capable of. So if y'all just meeting and y'all was talking for like a couple. Let's say, I'm not even going to say a couple because I know every fucking body and nobody ain't being real. I know for a fact you just met this motherfucker and y'all don't want the night to end. So you invite this motherfucker to your crib. Let's be real.
Facts.
So, ain't no, oh yeah, a couple of months, shut the fuck up. Like we all grown here. Now let's be real. We all grown here. We all done that. Even in our little childhood things, we all done that shit. So it's like we all had that person that we brought home as soon as we fucking met him. Come on now, let's be real.
Yo, you know what? I'm so sorry. Look, I'm over here in real tears because everybody like she sound pleasant. They don't even know you at work and you whispering and shit. But y'all, I'm over here crying because that's the truth, because that's why I kept saying, like, don't cap, tell the truth. Because I myself have brought somebody to my space way sooner than I should. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was young.
He's the same. So it's like, come on now, let's be. I'm still with the person today. But it's like I met him in school.
Yeah.
He came to my house right after school. Let's be fucking real. Like, come on now. Like, let's be real. Let's be fucking real. Like,
Yeah, I fucking
come
love
on,
you
man.
so bad because that's the truth. People
Like,
up here
like,
big cap. They big cap because I'm like, okay, I'm listening
exactly,
to all
big
these
cap,
stories. I'm like, it might be some, but not
cap,
all of them, shawty. But you know what? The phone ain't
big
really
cap.
ringing a lot. So maybe some of the people just already, they just like, I ain't even gonna call in. That's me that he's talking about. But nah, that's some real
See,
shit.
that's
That nigga
me
said
that
that
I'm
nigga came
talking
over
about.
after school. Real shit.
That's me. And thing is, I keep hearing a lot about, the men. No, y'all gotta hold these bitches accountable because it's not all about the men. Because at the end of the day, it's y'all females that bringing these men to you.
Facts. Facts.
So you can't always say, "Oh no, he did this. I didn't know." Okay, but you still brought him to you.
Yep. Yep.
Whether you knew or not, you still brought him to you, and then knowing that it's still people who know what their family members did and still have their kids around those
Facts.
motherfuckers.
Facts. That's
So
offending.
how can you say, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna let this motherfucker around my kids because we just met," but yeah, you still letting your family members around the kid that do that shit. So come on, like be real. Like you still having your kid around that motherfucker. Your family member, your friend, your homegirl, your homeboy. Who gives a fuck? You still letting your child around that motherfucker.
Facts.
But anybody ready be real about that?
Yeah.
Anybody ready say that?
Yeah. You spit it on that one. Thank you for calling in, Pooh.
No problem.
Yeah. No, that's offending. And I don't understand that. That's a good question. I got a question for y'all. Cause it is people that is clearly or was clearly upset when it comes down to these men touching kids and shit. But how is it that y'all can despise them, but there may be an uncle or a nephew or a grandfather that's in your house right now, you know what I'm saying, or that's in your family right now that you've been hearing stories for years, but you would still let your child go around that motherfucker? Why is it that we put parameters on the family? Because like she said, before the outside can happen, it's the inside. And when you think about these last three stories, you know what I'm saying, Isaiah Harris, you know what I'm saying, Janiyah Rogers, Kimani, you know what I'm saying, when you think about all three of them people, it started from the inside. So why is it that we tolerate the pedophiles and the motherfuckers in our family that is labeled that, but we still try to put emphasis on the outside, nigga? I want the next person to call and tell me that, because that she was spitting on that shit. Now that's for real, for real. Now we know there's an uncle or there's a cousin that niggas been talking about for years. They know Ron Shantae ass been touching booty and shit, and we tolerate it because it's family. But then if somebody down the street touches our kids' booty, we ready to go to war for it. But we are still let, you know what I mean, the mother of Ron Shantae watch our kids. Why do we do that? Answer me this, goddamn. Tell me. I want to know. She opened up a who can of worms. What it do, family?
Hey, Pooh.
What's up, boo? What's up, Joski Woski?
Oh, man, Pooh, I got a story to tell.
Tell a damn story. Get it.
So my dad, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't listen to my dad no more. He cut me off from the family when I was about 14. His grandma basically was my caretaker when I went over there because he'd been in and out of prison pretty much the whole time he was in my life.
Mm-hmm.
When I was about 7 years old, my grandma on that side adopted 3 kids. Now she's married. She was married to my grandpa. He's Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
And so she brought in 3 kids. The youngest girl, she was 5 when she came in. Now, my grandma's house was the house where everybody went. All the kids, all the cousins, everybody went to her house. You know, we had the pallets on the floor. Everybody was sharing beds, all that good stuff, right? So, about the time she was turning 6, I was 7, there was this cousin. Mind you, I've known him longer than I've known the adopted kids. I've known the cousin pretty much my whole life. His brother, his sister, his mama, everybody. So, fast forward, a couple years later, the adopted girl, she's starting to be very sexualized. She's starting to talk about boys a lot. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Fast forward even further, my grandmother brings my dad's dad, supposedly, quote unquote, into the house. He's spending the night, you know, he's with her.
after she got, divorced from the husband. He's with her. Come to find out, that dad is not my dad's dad. So she's been lying to him all his life about who his dad was. After that happened, my dad decided to find out if I'm his child. He decided that he wanted a paternity test. He wanted to go there. Come to find out, the test came back. I was not his daughter. Now, mind you, after that came out, everybody's like, oh, you're still the same. You still family. You've been here. Ain't nothing going to change, da, 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 da. So at that point, I was about 12, 13. Fast forward, now I'm 14. They done cut me off. I don't talk to none of them. About 2 years later, I get a call from the adopted daughter. At this point, she is now, 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, hey, you remember so-and-so, the cousin?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, I remember him. What's wrong? He, sexually assaulted me and da-da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. I was wondering if you'd be willing to testify if anything had happened to you. Mind you, I ain't talked to these folks in 3 years. They cut me off. It was a very, very bad situation when they cut me off.
Mm-hmm.
But something in me, something that she said triggered a memory. Around that time, he used to ask me to sit on his lap all the time. When we were downstairs in the basement, we watching a movie, all the cousins, most of them were asleep by then, right? I didn't think nothing of it, because obviously, I sat on my dad's lap from time to time, like I really didn't think anything of it. But there were occasions where he'd rub on my thigh, and you know what I mean? And it obviously made me uncomfortable, but then again, I'm 7 years old. I don't know, right? I know it feels wrong, but I don't know it is wrong.
Nasty nigga, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, and mind you, around this time, he's like 20-something, hanging out with a bunch of kids. So, so she sent me that text. I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah, I'll go testify. So I said, you know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
I go out there, mind you, our lives are completely separate. I tell her, I was like, just send me the court date, send me the address, send me the time, I'll be there. I went and I testified. I did. And, mind you, I've seen these people for the first time in 3 years, and they thought it's like they saw a ghost. It's like they didn't expect that I would come. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? However we fell out, I felt there's no way he shouldn't be in jail. If I remember that from being 7, and this little girl obviously is now hypersexualized, supposedly because of this incident, the only thing I can do, I wouldn't feel right if I didn't. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? So
Facts. Damn.
The whole family thing, and again, mind you, I didn't know him a long time, but 7 years from when I was a baby to, you know what I'm saying, to cognitive, like I can remember shit now. And I didn't even notice that I was being assaulted until she came. You know what I'm saying? And she said, and I'm like, you know what? Like, you're absolutely right. So, yeah, I just, as far as trusting people now, I think my trust issues have definitely gotten worse over the years as I've gotten older. But I definitely am an energy person. So, as long as your energy feels right, I'll, and I'm still not close with a lot of people I've known for years, but as long as your energy is right, I can at least bring you around me. If you can be around me outside in public, you know what I'm saying, I'll bring you to my house. It ain't that big of a deal.
Got you. Thank you so much for calling in, Joski Woski, boy. That shit right there, yeah, I feel, I just hate that.
Thank you, Pooh.
Thank you, Pookie.
I love you.
Love you back. See, it be shit like that makes me mad. And let me tell y'all something else. Like, I was a daddy's girl, and I hate these type of situations because it limits the interactions daddies can have with daughters now, as much as good fathers. And I hate that. But you have to be aware, and I get that part, but it's just so sad because it's like me and my dad had a closeness that I can't even explain, but it was daddy-daughter shit. Like, I know the difference, the decipher and stuff like that. And it's men like this that makes certain men now uncomfortable with their daughters. You know what I mean? I had a situation earlier today. You know what I mean? For just saying, I got a brother who he has a son. But his baby mother has a daughter with someone else. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, her daughter's father is not really the best father to his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And my brother is very active with my nephew. So although, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, my brother, you know what I'm saying, would hate to come over there and just, you know what I'm saying, just ignore her. You know, he always interact. But here's the thing. I had to honestly tell my brothers there's just certain things, Shawty, that you gotta cease on. You have a son, okay? And I understand that sometimes daughters, they just want to feel the same way as they brother. They see their brother dad over there. She want daddy. You know what I'm saying? So naturally she want to interact. But here's the thing. We live in a different era now. So I be telling my brother, listen, I understand that, but her land, which you gotta separate that. Because see, here's the thing. Baby mamas, baby daddies, is so hard. It's so easy now for things to be misinterpreted. And it's fucked up that men have to look at that. Because see, later down the line, shawty, it'd be a completely different fucking episode. And I'm to the point to where my brother didn't have our mom. My mama was on drugs, so he didn't learn certain dynamics when it come down to men and women. And I'm just like, yo, it's just certain things that you gotta put boundaries on in the beginning, regardless. It's fucked up, but it's just the way. And I refuse for my brother to be a statistic for anybody. You got two sisters, I ain't playing that shit. You know what I mean? And it's just certain things that you got to be able to understand, because it's so easy for narratives to shift. You dig what I mean? So it's like, you just got to be proactive about it, man. Listen, you guys, there is never going to be a time frame of when you're supposed to bring people to your house. But it's like, people got to say, we got to be selective of the people that we bring to our house. It's that simple. If we're not asking certain questions, then when things hit the fan, we are just as responsible. We cannot expect for certain people to be us. We get in friendships, we get in relationships, and there's certain etiquettes that we gonna have. Look, we know not to fuck with our friends, man. We know not to do certain things. We know not to do that. But we can't have the expectation that the person we befriend and the person goddamn that we're dating is gonna share the same etiquette. That's why there's gonna have to be certain things you gotta question that motherfucker about so you can see. We are never gonna know fully who to trust. But goddamn it, we can have certain controls over certain things. If you know you went and Googled this nigga and he's on a sex registry, I don't give a fuck what story he told you. Red flag. He is not to come to my house. Fuck that. Shit. God said they're gonna send me a good man, not any man. This not the one. Move the fuck on. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just being honest, shawty. Like, that ass fucking serious. Hey, we talking about when do you bring somebody to your house? Y'all know the number. 678-235-4338. This is the Breakfast and Bud Morning Show, damn it. And we are having a great topic. Yesterday was so funny. If you missed that, go right to Toot Reacts. Clicked on the Breakfast and Bud playlist and go watch yesterday's episode. It was hilarious. You understand what I'm saying? You missed it. It was on Monday. What it do, family?
Hi, too.
Hey,
Did
girl.
I finally get through to you?
Yeah, you finally got through to me. Mute me in the back. What's up?
Oh, I got you muted in the back.
Yeah, mute me in the back. What's your name?
My name is Hurricane. Really, it's Katrina.
Oh, so your name is Hurricane. And then I guess bars. What's up, Hurricane Katrina?
Listen.
What?
I had to pull away from work for a minute because I had to call in. I was late to your chat.
Uh-huh.
But I'm calling in because the thing about dating men and letting them meet your kids and baby mamas and baby daddies and all that crap.
Facts.
So I want to let you know just really quickly. I'm 14 and a half. I was married for 13 years. My 3 kids have the same father. So we divorced. And I've been with the same man, the next guy, for 29 years.
Okay.
Now, one thing these females have to do that really ticks me off, you have to lay the foundation. When I divorced my husband, he thought we could still sleep together. He could still come in my crib anytime he wanted to. No. I stopped everything, cut everything off, and I set the foundation with him. I drew lines and boundaries.
Facts.
So he remarried twice after me. He's been married 3 times. And with each one of my wife-in-laws, I had to set the boundaries with them because I have 2 girls.
Did you say wife-in-laws?
Yeah, I had 2 wife-in-laws. Yes. So the first one decided she wanted my 13-year-old at the time to put on a crop top, some booty shorts, and long braids all in her hair. Like I said, I'm 14 and a half, so I'm not scared of anybody. I got my gun, went over to his house, I kicked his door in, and I held that gun down on her temple of her head, and I made it very clear, do not mess with my children. I had to do that one time, and one time only, had no more problems. He got cameras outside his house, which is fine, but I laid that foundation. Don't mess with my children. We're not having it, and I'm not bringing no men around my kids. Now, the man I did date, and I'm still dating, I dated him for 2 years before he met my children.
Mm-hmm.
Not one time did I ever want my children to feel that I was putting that man before them.
Mm-hmm.
I laid my foundation. I had my own money, because that's another thing a lot of people probably wouldn't be able to do, but I had my own. I had my own money, my own everything, and I ran my own show.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had man number 2, man number 3, man number 4, man number 5, my kids never knew about it.
Facts.
Okay, so they never saw that. They only saw their dad, and they may have seen Derek every blue moon. Well, I guess I shouldn't say their names, but it's been 29 years with the cycle,
Facts.
and we're still going strong. You hear me? We're still going strong. And my kids, with the girls, these women have to lay the foundation. You can't go out here with these booty shorts on. Now, don't get me wrong. I couldn't even go to the counter at Publix and get a cookie with my kids, because they would say we need a parent before we can give your kids. I'm like, well, I am the parent, but you got to lay the foundation. I don't want to be my kids' friend. I'll be your friend, but I'm also jump your butt when you try to be disrespectful to your teachers, your elders, or anybody else. So once I lay that foundation with my kids, now my girls, they have that same foundation. I have 4 grandsons. And they don't talk back. They're not going to talk back. I don't care at what point they think they will, but they know their manner does not play.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, they I mean, I'm telling you right now, Hurricane Katrina, they not gonna talk back, and your man of 29 years ain't gonna leave. I mean, you kicked in the door waving the 4-4 at somebody. I'm scared to hang up right now. You tell me when we getting off. I ain't hanging up on you. You just tell me when we can go, cause shit. I mean, like, you didn't make me, and then you all pleasant. Your voice is calm. Yeah, you will commit a couple crimes. I'm not gonna get subpoenaed, am I?
No, I'm banned from a couple of high schools, but I had to be. I had people that supported me when I was banned. No, I worked for a law firm.
Hold on.
I worked for a law firm.
So you worked for a law firm and you went in there waving the 4-4?
Oh yeah. I know my rights. Cause yeah, I live in Florida. I know what I can get away with. See, that's the thing. People gotta know. You gotta be smart or cover all your corners. And I'm telling you something. My ex, I could have easily taken him out, but my mom said no, don't do it. My mom said no, don't do it. She said no, let the kids see their dad.
So you say you banned from a couple of schools. Are your grandkids ain't going to them same schools? I mean, are you gonna be able to go to a play?
They did. Yeah, one of them goes to the same school now. But the reason why was because one of the coaches got with my ex-husband and said he was going to take my daughter home after a football game because she was a cheerleader. So this man, he was an administrator in the school, and he said, I'm taking your daughter home. Oh, no, you're not. You're not touching my child. And I'm at every game, every practice, everything. So to have this man come tell me he's going to take my daughter home because my ex-husband told him he could, no, you get 2 bullets in your behind for that. So I said, well, okay, sir. He was down on the football field. I said, okay, sir, I'm going to my car and get my gun and I'm going to shoot you. That's just simple. I mean, I don't like to talk. I just like to do my action. So they wouldn't let me on the football field, but I was on the school property with my gun. So
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real with you, Hurricane Katrina. I wouldn't let you on that field neither. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, look, you're not. But you don't understand. He was telling me with a temple. I saw his temple sticking out his forehead. And I'm like, sir, why are you so angry? He was known also to want to touch the other cheerleaders and stuff at the high school. This man was known to want to touch people. I'm about to take you out, dude. That's just the bottom line. And the cheerleading coach told me who he was. His name was Mr. Smith. I will put his name out there, not his first name. But you're not going to take my daughter anywhere, sir, when I'm already told you touch girls and you like to flirt with them. No, you're not. You got the right one today. So when he told me, he didn't introduce himself or anything. He just said, nasty. Spoke very nasty to me. I'm taking your daughter home. Oh, sir, no, you're not. See, I don't even like to fuss. I'd rather fight.
I got one question before you get off though. Real talk. Back in the day when you went over there and with the lady with the booty shorts and you kicked in the door, how did your husband's face look when you kicked through the door? Like what
He ran out the door, yo.
he left her?
Crazy. She crazy. He ran out the door. They were sitting on the couch, and he ran out.
He left her in the house?
Yeah, he left her in the house. Yep, he left her in the house. And she's about 5'7", 5'8". She was a big girl. But hey, everybody bigger than me, so I'm not scared. And I just told her, don't you ever touch my child again. Do not touch my daughter. I don't touch your daughter. I would never do that. And we became friends after that. She was a good wife-in-law after that. But he ran out the house and said, she crazy, she'll do it. Yeah, because you remember when we were in college what I did to you. So, yeah, he knows. He knows. He knew what was up, but he got cameras the next day, so that only happened one time. But I laid that foundation and never had no other problems. See, you have to lay that foundation.
I love you so much, Katrina. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, thank you I'm glad I got through, and you keep doing a good job, okay? And I'm getting back to work.
Okay, Pooh. Yeah, that calm was scared the fuck out of me. You got me for the. She said, yeah, she was a great wife-in-law. You know what I mean? The first one is buried in the backyard, but it's okay. you know what I'm saying? And she said, I ran on the field. She said, I went out there, I told him, say, you're not going to do nothing, motherfucker. You dig? So, yeah, after that, I didn't have any problems. I showed him where I would bury him if he touched my daughter again. You know what I mean? The laugh scared the fuck out of me. Anytime a person can talk pleasant like that, and after they done did a crime, they don't care. Oh, no. Listen, she said it nice. Oh, yeah, I just went in there, kicked in the door, and then I put the gun right to her temple. That's what I did, but I never had any problems like that. But she's a great wife-in-law now. Oh, we have no problems. We do little barbecues together. She brings the salad, I bring the meat. We just, hell yeah, Katrina, she's scared. The fuck, I would be a good wife-in-law too. Shit, I don't even, I'm finna say your number because I'm going to answer every time you call me because you just scared the shit out of me. When you can be that calm, nah, bro, y'all got to look at the signs. This whole show I've been telling y'all to look at the signs. I ain't closed my mind. That shit. The fuck going on? That shit. We finna take a couple more calls. I'm just saying, Katrina, and then she said, "Oh, she stand by what she said. She says my name Katrina, but it's really Hurricane. The reason being is because I'm going to in that motherfucker." Anybody messing with my kids? Oh, I'm a hurricane. I'm going to spin and toss. You feel me? Like, scared as hell to be and shit. Yeah, we besties now. Taylor Lee, that's my homie. Yeah, I don't want no problems. You dig? Katrina, that's my dog. Anytime she in Atlanta, I'm taking her out. Fuck that. I would not be a statistic. Hey, look, hit me up on the phone right now. 678-235-4338. Dig it. Hit me up. Now, we're talking. When do you bring people to your house? When do y'all invite somebody in your space? Whether it be a significant other or a friend. You know what I mean? What do they got to show you before you can say, yeah, man, you can come over here and chill? Otherwise, why y'all letting them folks in? Your business going to be all on Facebook. You dig? I need to know. Tell me.
Call from
Solaris Coleman.
You me out in the back.
Oh my God, girl! Oh my God! I love you. I'm Dolores Coleman, and I'm calling from Gary, Indiana.
You calling from Gary, Indiana?
Yes, big baby KC in the house.
I like your energy.
Desire, long live.
Hey, you better tell them. Hey, I love your energy, girl. You from Gary. You from where Michael Jackson them is. How far you stay from their house?
Baby, down the block, around the corner, down the street.
Hold on, say it again. Around the corner, down the block, around the street. Okay, I got you. Hey, so shit. So you was over there, so you know the spot where Joe used to be whooping them asses. Hey, so let me ask you a question. When you when do you feel, what a person have to show you before you invite them to
Baby,
your space?
Let me tell you something. I was with my baby daddy 24 years off and on. Do you hear me? And then one time that I let any nigga come to my house.
For real, huh?
Whatever happened, that outside my door, my kids was protected because my baby daddy didn't play that, and I didn't play that. Because as a young child, too, I was molested and raped by my cousin.
By your cousin?
By my cousin, yes, ma'am.
Told y'all this in the family.
By my first cousin. And let me tell you something about my mama.
Oh, they kept that stuff a secret. Do you hear me? Once it was told, it was lock and key.
Damn, bro.
I hated this man till I grew up and I had to let that anger. I was a firecracker. Do you hear me too?
I know you was.
Firecracker. And when I was in high school, growing up, I was out there game banging, doing that stuff because I'm originally from Chicago, baby.
So what you was you said you was game banging? You was with the drills?
Yeah.
You was drilling?
Baby, let me tell you, back in the days, game banging wasn't like this. You hear me?
Yeah.
I was a driver. I was a getaway driver. Ooh, look, I'm talking too much.
Don't talk about. I was about to say you seen what happened to Dirk. I don't want to be in nobody's affidavit. You ain't tell two shit. Look, you used to be a driver for Uber. Yeah, I get it.
I was a driver
for Uber.
For Uber. Because I like Lyft. I love me some Lyft.
Yeah, I love Lyft too. So you was this when you was a driver for Uber, and then what happened?
For Lyft, yes.
Yeah.
I was a Lyft driver.
Okay.
Look, dude.
Yeah.
But look, dude.
Yeah.
Because of what happened to me and what happened to my baby daddy, because my baby daddy was also molested and raped at a young age. I was 5 years old, getting raped and molested by a 24-year-old. Do you hear me?
Boy or girl?
It was a girl. It was a woman. Yes, ma'am. So when I tell you my baby daddy didn't change diapers, that nobody we didn't know could watch our kids.
Facts.
It was I could only change their diapers,
Facts.
wash their butt,
Facts.
all that, change them. And I felt that. Why? Because I guess it was something me and him went through. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, too, there's a lot of females out here. They were talking about how they're manipulated and they're brainwashed. And they are, Tootie. I don't know what it is. Let me tell you, my baby daddy gave me that good. You hear me? 24 years. 24 years gave me that good. And look, Tootie, look, no disrespect to your wife, but if you wasn't married, baby, you hear me? Baby. But anyways, no, seriously, though, Tootie, I thank you for the work that you're doing. You, KC, everybody that's out there that's advocating for these kids. We got to be the ones to speak up, Tootie.
We do.
We can't be hush no more. If we see something, let it be known,
Say
Tootie.
something. For real, we will.
Do something about it.
Facts. I love you, girl.
I love you too, Tootie. I love your wife. Hey, everybody, Tootie, keep on doing that great work that you're doing. And just know, we out here in Gary listening to you, baby.
Thank you so much, boo. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, bye-bye.
You're welcome, baby. See you soon, Tootie. See you soon.
All right now. Hey, the energy is amazing. No cap shot. If you see something, say something. It takes a village, damn it. I done told y'all last. Hey, look, y'all. Y'all some fools. Shawty, I swear to God, man, this was a great topic. Shout out to everybody who called in. It was certain people that experienced some of the things that can go wrong when you let a person into your house too soon. Shawty, look, man, we ain't gonna get it right all the time, but the thing about it is we just gotta learn how to start asking the correct questions. It's okay to be selective. It's okay to be selfish. You don't gotta be apologetic for your standards for nothing. You dig what I mean? What we go through is going to shape us. And I want you to walk in that truth with that shit, bro. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel comfortable. Let them folks earn pieces of you. Do not let people get invited to you early. Nah. You give them a piece of you every little now and then. Shit, be selective of the pieces you share. It's okay. You feel what I mean? You ain't missing nothing. A goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? I wish sometimes that it was other women, especially by these 3 babies that we're covering right now. With Naziah, with Janiyah, with Kimani. Sometimes I wish the women in their lives would have been a little bit more selective. I wish they would have been a little bit more just aware of the predators that's out there. And the sad thing is about this shit is a lot of these predators are now feeling comfortable to tell you exactly who they are. It's up to y'all to be like, look, man, I don't want a man that bad. Fuck that. I don't need a man that. Look, they got them to where you can rent a man now. You can get men from Amazon. I'm not understanding what the fuck you doing. You can pretty much pick the type of man you want to get. It takes one Google search to understand what the fuck you letting in your house. And it's okay for you to do that. They give us this information for a goddamn reason. You feel what I'm saying? If you see something, you say something, damn it. You say it. You feel me? That's what the fuck I need y'all to do. Hey, look, man, it is the Breakfast and Bud Morning Show. I want you to make sure that you tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10:30 to 12. That's what we're doing. We have some of the greatest, most amazing topics. And I'm just saying, I really like to hear from y'all. Because, look, the only way we going to learn is from each other, damn it. And ain't nobody more perfect than other. Shit, it's the truth. You did. I love y'all with all my heart. I really, really do.